Hey yo guys, the topic of this video, guys, is going to be about the fact that there is no right way. There is no right way. That's the topic of this video, man. That there is no right way. That there is no like fucking right way or whatever. What do I mean by that? There is no right way. Basically, especially when you're young, we always feel like there's like we always think that there's like a specific way of doing something. We always tend to feel like there's like a specific way of doing something, you know what I mean? There's like a path that you need to follow in life, and it's the right path, and there's like a very specific like layout. Like look at this, like you see, like there's like a specific path that you have to go through in order to do what, in order to become successful and happy in life. I'm here to tell you guys, that's just a load of bullshit. Because there's absolutely, guys, there is no right way, so to speak. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I mean? I always, like in my videos, I always touch on existential nihilism in general, that there is no like objectivity to anything that we believe in, you know what I mean? Like there's like no like such thing as like a good and bad in a very objective way. There's no such thing as good and bad and whatever, you know. I do dabble in some of this, in some of these sorts of topics in my videos, but really, guys, this is gonna be about the fact that like there is no fucking right way. There is no right way. I shouldn't be using any sort of like swear words. Actually, that actually kind of hinders my ability to like upload on certain other like social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram. I have to really, actually, guys, you have to, if you want to like grow on social media, you have to cut back on the swear words. That's not really appropriate. You can't swear and use cuss words at all. That's just gonna fucking, you're not going to be able to grow on social media if you use swear words and cuss words. So I got to really cut back on the freaking hell, that's something similar anyway. But yeah, there is no right way, you know, like basically nihilism, that there is no objectivity to our morality, good and bad and all that type of stuff. Is basically all in our heads. I do talk about that a lot in some of my other videos, but really for this video now, I'm going to be talking about that there is no right way. Again, maybe perhaps when you're very, very little and young, the world seems like it's very black and white. The world actually does seem very, you know, especially when you're little, when you're very young, it just seems like the world is black and white. There's good and bad. There's like a very clear cut, like there's clear cut boundaries. There's like a very clear pathway that you need to go forward in life. It's actually, once you think about, once you start to become a little bit older, you start to realize that's pretty much just all fucking bullshit. That I mean, I shouldn't even be using swear words. Sorry, I have such a horrible potty mouth. I have to force myself to cut back on the swear words, because I'm not going to be able to post stuff on other social media platforms. Yeah, again, guys, if you want to grow on social media, you can't use any type of cuss words, swear words, or whatever, any of that type of sort. Can't use any type of swear words or whatever. But I wanted to really get onto now the fact that there is no right way or whatever. There is no like right way or whatever and stuff like that. There's like no like right way in life or whatever. We always feel like, especially when you're young, the world seems like it's very black and white and whatever. The world seems like it's like very black and white, but actually it's kind of like, it's all like, I think Andrew Tate, someone like him, he said something similar, that the world's not actually black and white, good and bad and whatever. It's actually more grayish. The whole world's like a grayish color. Everything's just grey. Everything's kind of dubious and not well defined. It's not like the world isn't as well defined as we would like to assume it is. You know what I mean? That's what I'm kind of getting at. A lot of things are very, very controversial. Like let's just perhaps say homicide. A lot of you would say, or murder, or someone killing someone else. That is like very naughty and bad. That is not appropriate. Actually, that's just like because of the way, because we're perhaps raised in like a very like in a very like soft society, in a society that's like very humanitarian and cares about us human beings. But if you were raised like, let's just look at like 12th century Mongolia, Genghis Khan, the Mongol Empire. If you were raised in that type of civilization, you'd see killing someone else as being like very like, I guess it would be very like honorable and courageous and like a rite of passage or whatever. It's all about like, you get it. It's like there's no like black and white. We always see the world, like, especially if you're young, you're probably going to be looking at the world in such a black and white way, that this is good, this is bad, this is how it should be, and this is how it shouldn't be. There's like a very clear path that you need to go through in life if you want to be successful. This black and white, this fucking, I'm freaking not. I gotta use. I've got such a horrible potty mouth. Freaking, you can't use any cuss words, man. You're not gonna grow on social media if you use cuss words, man. But this black and whiteness is so dumb. It's so dumb, guys. Just like as Andrew Tate was saying, that it's all grayish. It's actually, the world's not black and white. It's actually grey. It's freaking grey. It's not black and white. it's because of the fact that when we're very young, I think it's because perhaps a lot of us get educated in like a lot of religious institutions and all that type of stuff. Perhaps you might go to a church or a mosque or a synagogue, what background you have, or you might go to a Hindu temple or a Sikh temple or whatever religious background you come from. That's a lot of us. We do have that type of like we do get brought up with those sorts of like beliefs about like religion and stuff, and that there is like a certain like good and bad in our world. There's like a black and white way to see the world, that certain things are good, certain things are bad. It's like a very clear cut, nice little path that you have to go through in life if you want to enter the kingdom of heaven and God and whatever. Actually, I'm here to tell you guys that there is no right way. There is no like objectively sound way or whatever. There's no like, it's so weird once you start to realize this, that there is no actual like, because in like, it always feels like when you're younger, there's like a very specific path that you need to go down. If you want to become fucking anything successful, if you want to experience any sort of success, you have to go down a very, very specific path. There's like a specific path, like you have to like go through the schooling system, maybe get into university, college, then you have to get into like a high-paying career, and that is the right way. If you don't do that, you're just going to be a loser. You're not going to get anywhere. A lot of us, we tend to think like this, and perhaps there is some merit to this as well. Obviously, this is probably like probably going to be the best for a lot of you, but that's just like this type of pathway. It's just one certain way to do things in life. There's so many other paths that you could be taking. That's what I'm trying to get at in this video. And you have to realize that there is no right way, there is no right path. There's no right certain trajectory that you need to go into. The world's like so it's not, again, when we're young, we think of everything as being like black and white. Just freaking so naive and kind of dumb a little bit. We see the world as being so like black and whitish, when in reality it's all grey. There's no like clear boundaries or any of that. There's no like clear defined like paths that you need to follow or whatever. All of that, it's just like, it's all just indoctrination from our society and culture. It's like there's no, again, you know, if you're like homicide, murder, killing someone, we see that as being so morally incomprehensible. But if you were raised in like the Middle Ages, you would not really see it. You would see homicide, killing someone, in a completely different light. It's all because of the fact that in our modern society and culture, we're very much like humanitarian, and we care about other people and their lives. But actually, guys, if you were raised in any other sort of time period in our past, in our history, if you were raised in some other type of civilization, your entire like morality would be so different. You would see the world in such a different way. All this black and white, the way we see the world, is like, it's all because of the fact that we get brainwashed by our society and culture. You guys underestimate the influence of like the fact that you were brought up in a certain society and culture, and that pretty much like freaking completely tainted your mindset and your mentality and your psyche. And now you have like, you feel like a certain way about certain things, but it's just all because of the brainwashing, man. But anyway, I wanted to push on from that. But there is no right way. We always, especially when you're young, you feel like there's like a certain way to do things. You feel like there's like a certain way. There's a very clear-cut way that you need to be following and going towards. It's kind of nonsense. There is no clear-cut path at all. Especially when you're young, it does feel like there's like a very clear like boundary, a clear pathway to follow, to go down towards. Actually, guys, that's merely just simply a kind of like it's all like an illusion. It's all based off like, it's merely just like again, brainwashing and conditioning by society and culture. You believe that there's like a clear-cut path that you need to be following. If you don't follow that clear-cut path, you're pretty much a failure, a loser. But guys, that's actually, I use the example of the fact that a lot of us, when we're young, we typically, by our parents and maybe perhaps other people in our life, we get told that you need to go through the schooling system, through university, college, and go into a high-paying career. If you don't do that, you're going to be a loser. There's some merit to that, obviously, but still, it's just like that type of pathway, that trajectory. It's just one possibility that you could be experiencing. There's all these other possibilities that you could have in your life, that you could become like a musician, a rapper, a singer, an artist, a YouTuber, whatever you want to call it. We always tend to think that there's only this path. That's the only path that you can take, as in terms of like your life's trajectory. That there's only this specific path that you could take. There's only like a certain woman that you're allowed to like get intimate with and get married to and stuff. All of this stuff, we always like limit ourselves, and we always like pretend like we don't have more options than we actually do. We always like limit ourselves. It's kind of very bizarre. maybe that's because of just how we're raised. When you're young, you always get told that there's only this certain thing that you're always told that there's only like these certain, like this is good, this is bad. You get taught, your whole mindset and mentality gets put into a box by your parents and by other people in your life, and you get your whole worldview starts to get very limited and stuff. When in reality, if you kind of take your brain outside of, if you kind of think outside of the box, get it, you'd realize there's all these other possibilities, there's all these other trajectories and pathways that you could be taking and stuff like that. It's kind of insane. There's all these other like trajectories and pathways, man. We always like think that there's only like a certain, we always think that there's like a certain, there's only like one specific trajectory, one certain pathway that we have to follow. Actually, guys, there's a multitude of different paths in life that you could be taking. You could be doing so many, you could like, all these other possibilities are very real, guys. Again, I said that when we were young, everything feels like black and white. There's like a certain way to do something, and you have to do it that way, otherwise you're gonna be a loser. Actually, it's just all because of like when we're young, our mindset, our psyche gets put into a box, and we get brainwashed into having like such a limited worldview. It's kind of like asinine to me. It's very asinine that we pretty much get brainwashed. We get like indoctrinated, we get taught our whole like world, the way we see the world and stuff, it gets so like it's so like distorted. We get so like molded and brainwashed by our upbringing, by our society, culture, parents and other peers and stuff like that. It's kind of freaking insane, man. It's freaking insane indeed. It's so weird though. Again, there is no right way. That's what I'm basically getting at. Like, we always feel like there's like a certain like path that we need to follow in life. Actually, guys, that's just all because of the fact that when you were younger, you were pretty much brainwashed, molded. Your psyche and mentality was like sculpted by your parents and your peers and your society and culture. There is no right way, guys. Actually, that's so important. Once you realize that there is no like right way, there's no certain path that you need to be like going, that you have to go towards or whatever. It's all just like brainwashing, again, from your parents and your peers and your society and culture. There's no right way. That's what I'm getting at, basically. Right way, like when we're young especially, it feels like you have to go through this certain trajectory, you have to go through this certain pathway, and you have to follow this trajectory. If you don't do that, you're a loser. Go through the schooling system, university, college, whatever, get into a high-paying career, turn old with a lot of money, and that's how you're supposed to do things. That type of like this pathway, this trajectory, guys, a lot of you are probably going to want to follow this. It's nothing wrong with following this. This is like a very good trajectory. I do actually encourage you guys to follow this as well. Don't just choose to be a bum, because that's like another possibility that you might end up like turning into a bum. You might end up turning into a bum. There's like another possibility. So perhaps be very wise, but still, guys, there is no right way. There's all these different sorts of paths that you could be taking in life. The path that you're on right now, you don't have to continue on it. You can go down another path in life. It's all completely in your control. For example, let's just say that, for example, that you're working at McDonald's. That's the path you've chosen in life to work. Spend most, like, all you do is like work at McDonald's. You can choose, like, there's another path that you could be taking. You could learn how to rap, and you could become a rapper. That's another path that you could be taking. But you, for whatever reason, you choose to like just work at McDonald's. I don't know. It's kind of funny if you choose to work at McDonald's willingly, but you could choose to become a rapper. You could choose to become like some type of like famous musician or whatever. There's all these other paths. There's all these other paths that you could be taking in life. There's all these other paths. Whoa, is he friendly? There's all these other paths that you could be taking in life. All these other paths that you could be taking in life. But you just choose to, like, for example, you might want to just choose to work at McDonald's. You might choose to want to just work at McDonald's. That's the path that you're stuck in. Never have this mindset, this mentality that the path that you're on right now, that's the only way things are going to be for your whole life. Don't think like that, guys. There's always all these other possibilities, these other like opportunities that you could be taking. There's no like, we always again think in such a limited way. That's just because when you're young, your whole like mentality, your psyche pretty much gets put into a box. and so you start to develop like very self-limiting beliefs that there's only like you can only follow this certain pathway in life. You can only work at McDonald's. That's all you can do with your life. There's all these other paths, guys. There's no right way. Again, obviously, you can, if that's what you want to do, work at McDonald's. Maybe I'm kind of, this is like a big fat side tangent, because I'm basically, there is no right way. There's no like objective. That's what I'm talking about. It's kind of like I'm touching on a little bit about something to do with like nihilism, to maybe basically like there, in terms of like in a very objective sense. In a very objective sense, like there is no like clean cut, clear cut like path to follow. No objective criteria. No like that you must do something in a certain way. That like that's all just like brainwashing from our culture, society, parents, peers. It's kind of funny. A lot of us we give ourselves like these like self-limiting beliefs. That we can only do this in a certain way. We can only follow this certain like pathway in life. We can only do things with this certain trajectory in mind. Obviously, guys, you have to think outside of the box a little bit. There's no right way. You don't have to do like you probably have like you're on a certain path in life, right? You're a certain journey. You don't have to be on that path. You could choose a different journey, a different path. You could choose to be a rapper, singer, musician, whatever you want to call it, guys. It's in your control. But you have to realize that there is no right way. Whatever you do in life, there's no rightness. You know, we always tend to think that this is right. This is what I should be doing. Obviously, it's very like it helps like ease the ego when you think like that. But actually, guys, there's no right way. You don't need to be doing anything at all like in the way that you're doing it. There's always like other possibilities, alternatives, different journeys and pathways that you could be choosing. But we always get stuck where we are, and we stick with our own like brainwashing and stuff, and we just think that there's like this is the right way, this is how I should be doing things, this is how you're gonna like how I'm gonna become successful. But there's other paths, guys. That's what you need to do. You need to be a little bit more enlightened, open your mind a little bit more, and realize that there's like other alternatives. There's like other pathways that you could be taking. There's all these other alternative pathways that you could be taking. We always typically get stuck, man. Freaking hell, worm on the floor. Better step a little bit, be a little bit more careful. We always limit ourselves so much, guys. We always think that we have to follow this certain path. There's no other way to do it. You're not gonna make it otherwise, guys. There's so many paths that you could be taking in life. There's no right way. There's all these other like freaking alternatives, guys. When we're young, you always get like brainwashed, man. You get like a little bit brainwashed. You think that you have to like do something in like a very certain way, which is clearly nonsense, man. It's clearly nonsense, man. There's all these other like alternatives that you could be taking and all that type of stuff. All these alternatives, all these other possibilities that you're not even like wanting to face, whatever. Choosing staying stuck on a certain thing is like horrible, guys. But that's kind of, I wonder if I'm even like, the topic of this video is the fact that there is no right way. There's no right way to do anything. Do you know that, guys? There's no right way. There is no right way. That's what I'm getting at, guys. Like, we always feel like there's like, this is how it must be done. This is the path I must choose in life. This is like the right set of beliefs that I need to have. This is the right path or whatever. There's this sort of rightness. This is the right way to do something or whatever. This is the right way. That's all just brainwashing from your society, your culture, your peers. There's no right way, guys. There's so many other alternative possibilities that you have. You could be having all these other like, again, there's like an infinite other sort of like pathways, mindsets, beliefs, mentalities that you could be having and experiencing, but you choose like a lot of us, we just focus on the ones that we get brought up with, which is kind of dumb. We just stick with the beliefs, the mindset, the mentality, the sort of the pathway that we get raised on, which is kind of dumb. It's very, very dumb indeed. There's all these alternatives, guys, other possibilities that you could be going down towards and having. It's so atrociously horrific to me, guys, that a lot of us, we just stay stuck on the path that we're on currently in life. We don't think outside of the box. We don't try and look at alternative possibilities, alternative like mentalities, mindsets, psychological like profiles to be choosing and experiencing. We just stay stuck where we are on our current path and journey on life. Because one of the things you need to realize is that everything, there is no right way. There's so many other alternatives that you could be choosing as. There's like all these other alternatives that you could be choosing in life, guys. There's so many other possibilities, so many other pathways that you could be going down towards. Don't stay stuck where you are, guys. Don't stay stuck. Never stay stuck on a certain pathway, a certain trajectory, a certain mindset. Be flexible, think outside of the box. Again, guys, there is no right way, no rightness. No, the world isn't black and white. It's all freaking gray. It's all gray, guys. The world is gray. It's not black and white. Good and bad, that's all in our heads. It's not out there in the world. When we're little, we get so like brainwashed. Our mindset and mentality gets so corrupted. We become so like naive and think that our certain like beliefs and all that type of stuff and how we were raised, and that is the right way to think about something. That's the right way to believe in. That's the right way to look at the world. Obviously, guys, what you have to realize is that it's just like a very like limited like view. There's so many other possibilities that you could be looking at, but you choose to be like believing in like a very limited view of everything and on the world and all that type of stuff. There's like all these other alternative like things. There's all these other alternative things that you could be like thinking about and looking through, and whatever other beliefs and like other paths that you could be choosing and stuff. We always get like, especially when you're young, you see things in like such a limited way, black and whiteness. The black and whiteness, actually, guys, there is no black and white. It's all grey. I think Andrew Tate talks about this as well. The self-limiting beliefs is kind of freaking dumb, man. But anyway, there is no right way. Again, when we're young, you get taught certain things. You get taught this is how things are. This is what religion you need to believe in. This is like good and bad and whatever. You get taught certain things. This is the path you need to take in life. This is the right way. All of that is just like brainwashing from your society, culture, peers, friends, family, whatever you want to call it. It's just all brainwashing. It's all brainwashing, guys. You're being brainwashed by whatever is around you and stuff. This is the right way. This is how things should be. This is good and bad, and this is the religion that's true, and all that. All this is the right way. That's just nonsense, guys. There's a variety, a multitude of different like viewpoints, worldviews, mentalities, like pathways in life. So everything is like so diverse. You're just sticking to a very limited like viewpoint most likely in your life. And this is like a very like freaking nuanced, complex video to make. Such a complex topic. There is no right way, but it's so true though that there is no right way, guys. You gotta like comprehend that, come to terms with that, and understand that there is no right way. Gotta be careful. I don't want to be like the flies going in my face, man. There is no right way, guys. There's a variety, a multitude. There's a multitude of like pathways that you could be taking in life, a multitude of like different belief systems, mentalities, religions you could be following. There's so many other like alternatives. We always tend to like limit ourselves, man. It's freaking horrible. It's like there's so much variety and diversity. We always like limit ourselves, which is kind of dumb a little bit. Very dumb indeed. That we limit ourselves. We always think that there's only like a certain way, a certain path that we need to follow, a certain trajectory and whatever. When it's just kind of nonsense. It's like there's all these other like alternatives that you're not even like properly considering. But back to the topic at hand, guys. There is no right way, so to speak, no right trajectory that you need to be on. There's no like rightness, that feeling of like something being right. This is the way to do things or whatever. This is like the right way to believe in something. This is the right way to do whatever. It's all this nonsense, man. It's all nonsense. There's no right path or whatever you want to call it. It's all like everything is like, it isn't black and white. Everything is like so grayish in color. Everything is like so dubious and like kind of not as like well defined as we would like it to be. It's so sad that so many people, they get duped, they get tricked. They feel like that they believe that what they think is like true completely. They think that they know everything and that they're going down the right way, the right path, when in reality they're just like brainwashed by their society, culture, peers, their mindset and mentality was sculpted by like their surrounding environment, and they're none the wiser, and they think that they're going down the right way, the right path, even though that's just like something that's just a product of their indoctrination and brainwashing. It's kind of so funny to me. But you got to realize, guys, there is no right way. There's no right way to do anything. There's no right path to follow in life. Everything is like just all like, it's all like sort of like chaotic. There's no like clear trajectory that you need to be on. If you think so, that's because you were freaking brainwashed by your parents, family, society, your surrounding environment. All of that shaped your psychology so massively that you're probably not even like, you're none the wiser to it probably. There is no right way, guys. No right way, no clear path that you should be following or whatever. It's all like so. That's what a lot of people they tend to think like this is the path that you need to go down. This is the right way, even though that's just like brainwashing from your family, peers, friends, surrounding like environment. It's all this brainwashing at the end of the day, and you're so naive that you think that it's the truth, that this is the right way to do something, the right religion to follow, the right trajectory to go down in life, and etc. This is the right way to do something. It's all this because of the fact that when you were younger, you were brainwashed by your parents, family, peers, surrounding environment, and now you're a little bit older, but you're still pretty naive. You probably just think that whatever you believe in is like probably true, and that is the right way to do things and follow whatever religion, etc. It's kind of, guys, be a little bit more open-minded. Think outside of the box, guys. Understand, guys, that you were completely brainwashed, molded by your society, culture, your surrounding environment. All of that shaped your psychology so massively. You're probably none the wiser to it. Just gotta be careful no one's gonna come and jack my shit up, my stuff up, man. Guys, been freaking brainwashed, molded. I made another video called "You've Been Brainwashed," but it kind of ties into this as well. That there is no right way. If you think that there's like a right path to follow, this is the trajectory that you need to be on. This is the religion that you need to follow. This is how things should be done. This is the right way. If you think like this, guys, you probably have just been molded and brainwashed by your family, friends, peers, your surrounding environment, and society and culture, guys. There is no right way, guys. It's all like. It sounds like it's so like it's so touchy-feely. This is like this type of topic is like so freaking, the flies make this so annoying. This sort of topic is like so, it's kind of like very is it done to death? I don't think so. I don't think this topic is done to death, but it's like so, it's like very it's like very much freaking the case that a lot of us, when we're younger, we just think that we believe what we believe in. It's like so freaking true. What we believe in is like the ultimate truth and stuff, and it's the right way, this is the right path, the right religion, whatever, the right mindset, mentality, psyche. I'm here to tell you guys that it's pretty much just, that's just the bollocks. It's all bollocks, guys. It's nonsense. If you think that you know, like that, you strongly believe that this is like the right, whatever right religion, whatever right trajectory that I need to be on in life. It's all, maybe perhaps you might know better than me. I'm not going to tell you that you don't know what to do with your life. I'm not going to be like that. Obviously, perhaps you might be a little bit more enlightened about your own personal life, but still, a lot of us we have like such a like our mindset and mentality has pretty much been put into a box by other people, and we pretty much like think. We pretty much think, guys, that whatever is like the only thing that we should like be confident about is whatever is inside this little box that other people have put our mindset, mentality, psyche into. It's kind of nonsense, guys. Guys, you got to be a little bit more enlightened, man. Always encourage enlightenment, open, critical thinking. Your mindset, your psyche, your mentality. Don't let other people limit it. You always. I know that a lot of you probably have like these beliefs that like this is the right path, the right way to do something, the right religion to follow, whatever it may be. That this certain rightness, there's like a pathway. This is the right way to go, and whatever. All of that is probably just brainwashing and conditioning from society, culture, family, friends, whatever you want to call it. You gotta like think outside of the box a little bit, be more open-minded. Understand that you've probably been brainwashed, most likely. It's kind of always like talking about that. There's like again, society, culture, you guys probably underestimate the freaking massive like importance of like your society and culture, and how the role it has in shaping your entire worldview and mindset and mentality and psyche, your beliefs about morality and all of that. It all comes from your society and culture. A lot of you probably aren't going to agree to what I'm saying. A lot of you are probably going to say, no, it comes from my own head. No, 100%. I think that it's probably all from your like 100%. I think that it all comes from like your society and culture and all that type of stuff. I 100% think so. A 100%, guys. It all comes from like your society, culture. But a lot of us were so like freaking ignorant and dumb and naive. Something in the bushes, man. Freaking hell. A lot of us are so freaking ignorant and naive. We don't want to freaking open our eyes, open our mindset, become more enlightened. Your whole like worldview has been put into a box by other people. You need to like understand that there is no right way, guys. That's basically the topic of this video. I'm gonna get back to the topic of this video. I keep going on massive side tangents. It's so annoying. I have like a horrible like habit of like going into like side tangents that aren't like even relevant to this video, to the topic of this video, to the top of my other videos. But no right way. There's no right way at all. You always, when we're younger, we think that this is like how things should be done. This is the religion to follow. This is like what's good and bad. This is the right way. That's all. It's brainwashing, molding. I mean, you've been like brainwashed, molded by your society and culture. It's freaking kind of funny a little bit. It's actually very funny that a lot of us, we think so confidently about certain things in life. This is how things should be. This is the path you need to go on in life to become successful. This is the right religion to follow. This is like the right set of morality and ethics and whatever, blah, blah, blah. This is the right. This is what's right and this is what's wrong. This is the right way and this is the wrong way. That's all brainwashing, guys. The world, the universe doesn't tell you any of this. You just get it from, you just learn these types of things from the people around you. It's not kind of funny. The universe has the universe and the world around you told you about what's right and wrong. Obviously not. It's something that you just learn from the people around you. So that's typically what we do. We pick up on the beliefs of the people around us. We learn things from the people around us, and that's where we get our morality and ethics and like our beliefs about what's right and wrong from. There is no right way though, guys. Did the universe tell you like this is like how things should be done? Did the world speak to you? No. You just learn things from other people. Now you think that's the truth. It's kind of dumb to me. There is no right way. It's all just, you gotta understand that, guys. There is no right way. Freaking hell, man. There is no right way. It's so important that you realize this. There is no right way, guys. It's all dubious. It's all like, everything's like not black and white. Everything's grayish. When you're young especially, guys, you probably think that you have all the answers to all of life's biggest questions. You probably feel like that, but when you get older, you start to think, you realize that it's all like, everything's like not so black and white. Everything's more grayish in color. And so basically, that's what I'm really getting at, guys. There is no right way. There's no like right certain path or trajectory that you should be on. There's no right way to do anything. It's all like grayish, guys. Grayish, gray. Everything's just gray, not black and white, not so clearly defined. Everything is grayish, guys. You need to like be, a lot of us, we don't really appreciate this at all. A lot of us, we just stay ignorant and kind of naive and stupid, but still. It's so hilarious to me, bro. It's so funny though. So many people, they think that they know everything, but they're so ignorant and dumb. Hopefully you're not going to be like that. Most people are so ignorant. They're so full of themselves. They think that they have all the answers to all of like life's questions and whatever. Hopefully you're a little bit more open-minded, guys. Whoever's watching my videos, you're a little bit more open-minded. You realize that we're like, with this, there's no like, everything isn't so black and white. It's all grayish, actually. The universe doesn't tell you like what this is the right way, the right path, the right things to believe in, the right, the religion, whatever. The universe doesn't tell you this. The world doesn't tell you this, guys. You always just learn these sorts of things from the people around you, and that's kind of something that you must be a little bit more open-minded and enlightened to. But anyway, there is no right way regarding like morality, religion, how your life should be and stuff. There's no right way, guys. It's all just because of the fact that when you were younger, you grew up in a certain culture and society, and that's what's pretty much dictated and determined the outcome of your life. And really, but you can change that, hopefully, with with the help, with the aid of like these types of videos that I make, making you a little bit more enlightened, you can actually try and change the trajectory of and the outcome of your life. You don't have to, like, it doesn't have to be so predetermined by the society and culture you're raised in. Hopefully, if you're gonna allow the enlightenment to settle into your psyche. Damn, man, always so fearful that someone might come up and jack my shit up, man. It's so scary, man. There is no right way, guys. Hopefully you become a little bit more open-minded and enlightened about this, that there is no right way. Morality, ethics, religion, whatever you want to call it, what sort of path you need to be on in life, there's no right way to any of this, guys. It's all just because of the fact that when you were younger, you were brought up and raised in a certain culture, society, and that's pretty much determined everything about the outcome of your life and the trajectory of your life and all that. It all came from like these sort of like very predetermined like events and stuff like that. The society that you were brought up in, raised in, culture you were brought up and raised in, all of that was predetermined by things that are beyond your control. It's so horrible to think about this, guys, that you've been pretty much molded, brainwashed, sculpted like a statue by your surrounding environment and people and peers. It's quite atrocious, guys. So funny though that we feel so strongly about certain things. It's so nonsense, guys. It's all just brainwashing. You get sculpted, molded by your society, culture, the environment that you were brought up and raised in. That's what's determined everything about your psyche and your mentality, your mindset. Are you going to let that determine also the outcome of your life? Hopefully, with the aid of my videos, you're becoming a little bit more enlightened, open-minded, and you're starting to realize, oh, my brain has been like completely like put into a box by other people. All your beliefs and mind, feelings, and everything that you know about the world is all comes from other people's like brains. It doesn't come from your own intuition, your own understanding and knowledge. It's so freaking your own like experimentation and like observation. Is from all these other people that were in your life. They passed their beliefs on to you, and now you think that's the correct way to look at the world and etc. And that's the right way to follow. It's all like nonsense, guys. It's all brainwashing. You've been brainwashed, man. You've been freaking molded, sculpted by your society and culture. You gotta like snap out of it. We're all under a spell, basically. It's so weird. A lot of us, we're all under a spell, and it's so insane once you start to realize this. It's like almost like a magic trick. You believe in like a certain religion, politics, whatever, views and whatever about the world. It's all because of the fact that you were like raised in a very certain like society and culture, and the people around you, they pass their beliefs on to you and stuff, and now you think that is the truth, that is the right way, even though that's just like brainwashing and conditioning from your surrounding peers and friends and family. You've been put under a spell. Are you gonna like try and break free from the spell? Or are you gonna stay ignorant and kind of lost and dumb? Hopefully my videos are helping you out, man. Hopefully my videos are like enlightening you and opening your eyes and your mind up to the world. You're not just staying ignorant and lost. Damn, guys, these videos, to making them outside is such a pain in the backside because of freaking all the worms and bugs and insects and people that want to jack my stuff up, man. But I still do it because it's so interesting to film videos outside. It's so much more refreshing than making videos inside all day. That's what so many YouTubers do. That all they do is they make videos inside their homes. That's not challenging. That's not like, you're not going to grow from that. You have to get outside and make videos, guys. It's so much better. If you want to be a YouTuber, I encourage you guys to just get out more and make videos outside more. Whew. But anyway, guys, a lot of us, we tend to think that there's like, this is like what's right and this is wrong, this is the right way, this is the wrong way. All of that is just because of the fact that you were raised and brought up in a certain culture, society. Other people pass their beliefs onto you, and now you think that's the ultimate truth. It's like nonsense, guys. It's all just brainwashing and conditioning from your surrounding peers, family, friends, whatever you want to call it. Even like society, culture, it's that shapes your psychology so massively. So many of us, we're under a freaking spell, man. We don't realize that we've been like molded and sculpted like a statue by the people that are around us, by our society and culture and whatever. We don't realize that, man. It's kind of very dumb. It's so insane once you start to realize that you've been pretty much like a statue. You've been sculpted, molded by the people, family, friends, society, culture, everything around you. You've been like a statue, sculpted and molded and brainwashed. You've been taught that this is like the right religion, the right mindset, the right mentality, psyche, whatever, right pathway in life, right trajectory that you need to be following in life. All of that came from other people's beliefs and other people's brains. That didn't come from your own understanding, knowledge, intuition, it came from other people and their own personal like vendettas and agendas and interests. Hopefully I shed quite a lot of light on this, and hopefully you're going to become a little bit more enlightened, man. Hopefully you're not going to stay ignorant and lost and stupid. Hopefully you're going to become a little bit more freaking enlightened. Not going to just stay ignorant and lost and kind of stupid. The video's about to end. Think about it. You've been like pretty much like a statue, sculpted, molded by your family, friends, peers, whatever you want to call it, and it's on you now to like kind of break free from the brainwashing and the conditioning and the imaginary like shackles that are around you and stuff, and break free from the cage that you can't see. I think that's really about it, guys.